What's up, guys? Here we are now for the fifth game for the buy Neverlusen boys. If you haven't watched any of the previous games, be sure to watch them. We started off with some of the grading games, and obviously moving on to the real season now for the futsal season for the buy Neverlusen boys. They've been doing pretty well. Already gotten one win out of 3 so far, so pretty decent in the table. I think they're coming about 7 out of 12 at the start of this game, but after obviously the results and the fixtures played after this week of games, are probably there'll be a different league standing, I think. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this type of stuff, leave a like and comment if you have any suggestions for future benefits. Each video I'm trying to do something different and try and make the content a little bit better. For this one, you'll hear there'll be a little ping every single time there's a nutmeg. So yeah, hopefully that is something that you guys enjoy. You'll see later on, obviously, how many nutmegs we get. But yeah, before we do anything, let's just get straight into it, guys. So going on to this first clip, obviously, we have Jonadinho kicking the ball and just giving away a silly possession. We have a new signing for this game, old buy Neverlusen player, Ilio. He was around for the club for the first couple of seasons and kind of like tailed off, thinking he wasn't going to be able to play this season through Premier League because he was going to be playing Premier League, obviously, outdoor. However, that isn't the case, and he's decided to now come back to the buy Neverlusen boys. Once a buying boy, always a buying boy. But anyways, here, as you can see, there's our one of our first nutmegs by the signing Ilio. For this first half, we had Connor Skills McEwen going into goals, and as he just gives away a silly possession there, which is a little unfortunate. But yeah, like I was saying, Skills McEwen went into goals into this first half, and did pretty decently. Every single type of shot, as you see, another save there. Every type of shot, he was just always in the right spot. And same with Scully, that goes into goal the second half. As you can see, this clip getting played over again, giving away silly possession. However, the boys definitely did really well in this game to begin with. As you can see, we got our the starting 5 on the field. We obviously have, like I said, McEwen in goals. Then obviously we have Jonadinho, new signing Ilio. Obviously we also have Alex Pele, like usual, and Scully, right? And they were the starting 5, and they actually had to play this whole first half by themselves. Obviously, we didn't have any subs pretty much. No Donny Keogh. We never had any. We didn't have Castillo. Castillo came late, halfway through the half. Obviously, if you guys don't know, our big superstar so far, Anastasio, he went overseas halfway through the week, and same with Harvey. So the boys are a little bit stretched now. We do obviously have this new signing in Ilio, and we should be getting a couple of extra boys coming in for the rest of the season, as we just score a great goal there, another nutmeg, and it ends up with a goal for Jonadinho. Really nice, as you'll see from this angle. It's a great play into the ball, and nice nutmeg, and a great finish in the end. Really nice tidy finish. So that puts the boys up straight away, even with only 5 men. The other team also had a player that came late. However, they did have a sub right from the start. As we go and score a second goal, Jonadinho really playing well at the start. He didn't really run up and down the field. He liked to stay in the same position the whole time, whether it was down in defense really deep or up in attack, and definitely stayed there for a lot of the time. The boys definitely tired out really quickly, and there's another nutmeg. Just keep count. We'll try and if you guys have a total amount, put it down in the comment section down below when we get to the end of the video to see how many you think there is. And in next week's video, I'll let you guys know exactly how many. You guys can watch it obviously 100 times over. But yeah, just put your initial thoughts in, and we'll see what the total number was in the end. Obviously, Scully definitely also played a great game this time out. Obviously only in the first half, as he was in goals for the second. But yeah, the passing play and the way the boys gelled really is coming together. I think now, as we get 2 nutmegs in a row, really nice. Unfortunately, couldn't come to a goal, but yeah, I think the boys are starting to gel now. They're kind of, obviously they've been playing with each other for a couple of years now, but But yeah, like they're with obviously being recorded now on camera and stuff. I really think the boys are definitely starting to pick up their game and play a lot better. Obviously now 2-0 up. Going into about, this is probably about the 10th or 11th minute now in the first half, doing really well, and unfortunately, Skills McEwen making so many great saves, as you'll see, just lets a rocket just hit his hand and just kind of p-roll across the line in the end. Was a little bit disappointing, but the boys still 2-1 up. At this point, I also heard the keeper of the opposition. He started yelling out, thinking that it was 1-1, and thought the boys were in great shape. However, it was 2-1, which was a little bit embarrassing for himself. Here we have John Adinio doing a little bit of skill, jumping over the defender. Decides to line it up himself, as opposed to having Skills Ilio or somebody else take it, and just skies it. So for all the times that we say that McEwen can't take free kicks as he can't get the ball off the floor, we have John Adinio here just putting it 3 times higher over the bars. We get another nutmeg from John Adinio. John Adinio got a lot of nutmegs in this game. Same with Ilio, a new signing. And here, a striker's instinct with Scoey coming up onto the score sheet, just getting onto that back post and slotting it home. It was John Adinio's shot for the hat-trick, for the first half hat-trick. How unfortunately the keeper saved it, and in the end, it was just a nice back post finish for Scoey. No pressure on him. But yeah, anyways, moving on. As you can see here, we got Skills McEwen playing the ball out. Great distribution. He will play in Ilio. Plays it into Alex Pele, and unfortunately it was beautiful play. But there's now the second ball, as you saw probably like the first or second clip. We put the ball, Connor McEwen obviously putting the ball up the top, and now that was the second ball that we actually lost in this game. Here Ilio was going to get on the score sheet, but unfortunately the keeper who had taken the kick in had actually stepped a foot over the line, which means his goal didn't count, and we had to take it again, which was a little bit disappointing. And in the end, they go down the other end, take a shot, and Skills McEwen is dumbfounded as to how that ball got into the back of the net. A little bit disappointing, but here we are now 2-2. A bit of skill here by John Adinio, going through one, knocking over a second, trying to do a spin, and unfortunately just can't get the shot away, which is a little bit disappointing. Anyways, moving on here. Ilio just lining it up, decides to go for a bit of a run, plays it in with Scoey. Scoey 1-2, and then there's the 3 back to him, plays it across, and unfortunately Pele just can't get there. A little bit of a slide at the end, couldn't keep his footing. But anyways, moving on to the next part of the clip, we have Joe Ilio running through, tries to play this ball. As you see, Pele clips the opponent. You'll see from the second angle, which was much closer up, it probably would have been a yellow card, potentially a red, but because it was a very, very late challenge. As you see, he's completely gone, and he just gets the foot of the player, which is quite unfortunate, but that's what happens when you start tiring out. These boys are exhausted at this point in the half. There's another nutmeg from Ilio, but yeah, like I said, the boys had no subs, and as we can see, Skills McEwen trying to just get a shot in goal. Obviously, this is the second half. Here we have Ilio running through on the ball and gets fouled on the way through. And in the end, the other player almost got knocked over in the end as well. Moving on, obviously, yeah, almost scoring there again. Unfortunately, we have a little bit of skill here as well by Ilio, just flicking it over the player. No nutmeg in this sense, but he takes the shot, and that ends up in the back of the net, guys. Beautiful, beautiful play. Putting us over. A nutmeg there by Skills McEwen. Definitely played very high. Tried to do a little bit of skill here with a little bit of a Rabona flick, and then realized that he was actually crap and couldn't pull it off in the end. Here we can see the goal. A little bit disappointing, guys, but yeah, heads held high. We're still ahead, which is all right. Here we have a little bit of skill again. Another nutmeg by John Adinio, and we kept the ball in the end. Here, it just wouldn't be a Bayern never losing game without a slide, right? Pele and John Adinio seems to always have a slide tackle in each of these games, and I've tried to keep him in all of them. Obviously, here we have a little bit of skill from Castillo. Another nutmeg to play it in to Ilio, and a shot. And unfortunately, that would be John Adinio's third goal to give himself the hat trick. And here we have another great opportunity for the opposition. As I said just before, Jonadinho always slide tackles, and I definitely decided to try and keep that in the highlights of that last clip. Here we are, keep moving on. They play it over, and a wonder strike from the goalkeeper to set up the opposition just to take a ping. Didn't really expect much from it, and in the end it ends up in the back of the net. Here, another goal, just a simple play, and just unfortunately got through our defence. We have 2 more clips here, 2 more goals. Right now it's tied up at 5-all, but here you can see the new signing, Ilio, running through, plays it in, skills McEwen, gets the ball off the ground and in the back of the net. It's incredible, guys. And then straight from kickoff, Jonadinho runs through, goes past all the players and plays it back to Castillo, who takes the shot in the last minute of the game, and that's full time, guys. So there you guys have it. The Bayern Neverlusen boys coming out on the win there today, 7-5. Like I said earlier in the intro, leave in the comment section how many nutmegs you think you saw. And yeah, we'll let you know in the next episode how many obviously there were altogether. But yeah, like I said as well, 7-5, great result for the boys. That's now their second win out of 4 games in the real comp, which is great to see. But that's pretty much it for now, guys. We'll have a couple of little bloopers here right at the end from the boys. But yeah, thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye. Here, as you can see, the boys smothering off 7 of them.